yet another DJs BrewTube beer review. And today we've got our first beer that my buddy Average Joe sent me that we're going to review, and it's from Founders Brewing Company out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, US of A, and we're going to have their Rübæus. Now this is their summer seasonal, summer's winding down, it's time to have this bad boy, and this is a fruit and vegetable beer that's 5.7% ABV and 15 IBUs. How do I know that? Because it's clearly listed on the label, like all Founders beers, so it's no guesswork, they tell you straight up. Also, they date their bottles right on the back, so I know this beer is approximately just over 2 months old from bottling date, so it should just be just fine. So this beer is using real raspberries and a big malt bill, as they describe on their website or their description of it, and they continuously add raspberries during different stages of the fermentation. Now this has been a sort of, I don't know, polarizing beer. I've seen people review it, some people love it, some people hate it, some people say it's all too tart, it's not sweet, some people say it's too sweet. So apparently, like all fruit and vegetable beers, this one affects people. Fruit and vegetable beers, I find, are polarizing in a big way because either you love them or you hate them, and sometimes they hit you just right, and sometimes they don't. So you know what? Enough flapping my gums. Let's get the cap popped on this and see what I think about it. Oh, nice pop, nice hiss off the top of that. We've got our lovely Founder's Crown that we can obsessively collect. Let's get in this tulip and see what's going down. I picked a tulip because this seems to be sort of a nice glass. Tulip glass is shaped like a woman. Fruit and veggie beers are a lot like girl beers sometimes, or for the members of the opposite sex. Anyways, so wow, look at that, guys. That has got like a maroon colored head of super tight bubbles on it. It's got a mahogany, like a deep mahogany brown body. It's not like purple or pink or anything. It looks a lot better than Dogfish Head 61, which I reviewed, and I liked so little I didn't even post a review. But we've got 2 fingers head on this one now. It's chilled out. When I swirl it, we're actually getting a little bit of glass lacing clinging. No alcohol legs, but I didn't expect that at 5.7% ABV. So, you know, lovely beer. It's raspberry colored with a sort of raspberry colored head. Let's get a nose on it and see if it smells like, I don't know, raspberry. Wow, it smells like raspberry jam, or raspberry preserve. Not necessarily jam, like raspberry preserves. It uses a lot of whole fruit in it. It has a bit of a tart aroma. There's no hop or anything in there. Sweet, malty, and it's sort of like a sugary sweetness, or like a simple syrup sweetness aroma, mixed with the raspberry that has almost like a sweet tart aroma. Maybe that's what I'm looking for, like the red or pink sweet tart aroma. The only beer that I've smelled close to this is the raspberry wheat beer from Schlafly that I had, and that smelled a lot like, this smells like real raspberries. It doesn't smell artificial. But they claim this beer to be an answer to Shandy's and an answer to just another wheat beer. So let's get a taste on this and see how their answer is panning out. Wow. Wow, that's an interesting brew. Instant glass lacing, by the way, guys. Awesome. It's not super sweet. I'm not going down that camp. It has a nice tartness. It has a sweet, tarty, almost like Sour Patch Kid kind of tartness to it, if you've had either of those. And that tartness that's in there from the natural fruit stops it from being cloyingly sweet. This is less sweet, in my opinion, than the Schlafly raspberry wheat. It's got more of a tartness to it. It's not like a sour beer or anything like that. This is sort of, in some ways, like some of the newer aged lambic beers I've had. If you recall back from my Mexican beer reviews, I had the Boscali Creek. This is more like sort of the newer age creeks, but it has a better tartness than that beer had. That was more sweet, 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 with not enough tartness from those cherries in it. I like this. It tastes a lot like, I guess, a sweet tart, or a more natural thing than a sweet tart would be a tart raspberry jam. I think it's a really tasty beer. I don't know if I'd necessarily seek it out again, but if it was around, I would buy it for my non-craft beer friends, and if my wife had some of her lady friends coming over, I know they would totally dig this beer. Because think about it, you can give them this beer, or you could give them like a strawberry or some complete garbage like that. At least this is made with natural fruit. It's quality. It's not going to get you crunked up. It's only 5.7% ABV. It's sessionable. I don't know if I would session these, but really tasty beer. Anyways, I've been flapping my gums enough. What do the other guys think about this beer? Rate Beer is giving it a 94, which I think is a little too high, and Rate Beer is giving it 87. I'm going to go with that B+ mark myself. I'm not a huge fruit and veggie guy, but I do like this beer. I think it's a solid B+. I would drink it again, though I would only seek it out if I were going to serve it to folks who were more inclined to this style. You know, but it's a really solid beer. It's well made. It tastes of quality ingredients, and it's definitely worth trying, guys. So getting a solid B+ for me. You know what? And I need to ask you a favor now. I need to ask you to think globally and drink locally and support the craft beer movement. Help more cool beers and takes on styles come out like this, guys. We need more of that. We got to keep this diversity growing and keep these craft beers brewers growing and pushing down those macro brewers, and you know what, making it like it was in the 1920s before Prohibition with 2,800 breweries. Man, that's just freaking awesome. Thanks a million for watching, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. And until the next DJs BrewTube, damn, that's a big peace out.